same. I wanna tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while. I wish you all the best I can, and I stop myself for a while. I'm saying things I don't believe. The panic's rising up in you. Won't you tell me something new? Don't you think for the people the best we find back my stomach sooner than this? Don't you think for the people the best we find back my stomach sooner than this? Don't you wish I would have been someone else? I wanna feel your gap without making a mess at you. Won't you tell me something new? I wanna tell you something new. People from all walks of life on the train like cold smashed ice. Vagabonds and marriages, that's going wrong. Glory, death, and coffee shops. TV categories called reality. Polluted nature by corrupt ministries. We're all passengers.
Check, check.
Have fun, don't stay sane. It's a part of the game. That rumbling sound. In every building, a gamer and a drunk. Green parks with shitting dogs. Hey policeman, I'm in 3 modern families. Faster, slower, shades on, hit the gas. Higher, lower, get into the control room. Don't get older. We're all passengers. We're toxic containers. Let loose on the train. Have fun, don't stay sane. It's a part of the game. Abstainers, maintainers, rangers, gainers, entertainers, campaigners, retainers. Let loose on the train. Have fun, don't stay sane. It's a part of the game. Let loose on the train. Have fun, don't stay sane. It's a part of the game.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Mr. Miss Degen, I'm sad to have to bring and talk to you under these conditions where, you know, your bags took quite a hit this week, and they've been bleeding out, and we've been doing our best to stop the bleeding. But the good news is they're hanging on, and there is some hope. But I can't blame you for being so concerned and everything. And the only thing I can really offer you at this moment is just a big hug and a nice prayer. And just come on, bring it in. You know, you need come on. Don't fight it. Come on. Yeah. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. I'm cool. We're good. It's okay. All right. I recommend that maybe you put the remains of your best crypto over on a Tangem wallet. They do have a ring available, so you can always carry it with you, and so you can always keep track of it better that way. But, you know, in these times of need, there is a discount. DAWG will save you 10% off if you want to go with that choice. But right now, let's go look at the altcoins charts and maybe even look at Bitcoin. She's been bleeding out too, and they've just been having a rough time. But let's check with the charts, and maybe that'll make you feel a little bit better. Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto Charts with Road Dog. And right here, we're on Bitcoin on the 1 hour. Let's see if we can zoom in here. See what's going on here. Yeah, we're looking on the 1 hour. Look who the culprit is down here. Who we've actually found support on. So is it a bad thing? I don't know. Why do we have to go down and talk to the devil? I don't know why we keep doing that, but we just do. That's why we watch her over here, because if there's usually something bad happening in the market, she's usually got her fingers all up in it. The 600 and something moving average right here, this red one, that little devil line there, we did come down and bounced off of it, thank goodness. Now we've recovered our 9 moving average on the 1 hour, and that's good. We got some hope. Bigger time frames are really what we need to be looking on rather than the smaller ones, but the smaller ones we get to see, hey man, it's not as terrible. I mean, we had some areas here. Now, last night we were looking at the possibility of maybe breaking this little micro pattern inside the bigger pattern here, which we are still in the bigger channel, by the way, just to throw that out there. But this guy did not play out. That could have been, was looking for that to be a possible, this little guy. Bump and run reversal right there, but that did not happen. Now this one has one of the best rates to play out, so that was a little disappointing, but it was worth trying just for that idea. So we talked about it and went over the diagrams over here, but that one did not. But remember, this is a pattern within a pattern. It is your overall patterns that really matter. And so now we dropped down, and that wasn't fun, but we did have some areas down here that I still think that may be on the table, down at 65.9, 66.3. They're not off the table yet, but maybe a bounce here in this area could hold us. It could. I mean, we got some other things to make up. That we lost the middle of this trend line here, this channel that we're in. This was the midline that we got there. We lost that. Was hoping to hold it. Looked like she's going to until she didn't. And then what can you do? You have to ride with it or do something. Stop losses in place shouldn't be helping you out, but not everybody uses stop losses, so let's be honest with ourselves. 1 hour, we should. 1 hour, we're closing candles above the 9 moving average. So on the 1 hour, I gotta say we're looking good. Let's jump up to the daily, go to a bigger time frame, just to keep track of what's really going on. And I want to keep pointing out the daily still looks good to me. Yeah, it does do. The Ichimoku cloud, that's this green thing of gas over here behind us, looks gorgeous. I even think if you zoom out, even on the weekly here, I know you're switching around too much. Let's just go to the big ones, okay? The weekly. Look, that sucker's tilting up. I know it can be shaky for these few weeks, but overall, the momentum that we've got is to the upside. So this is where the market will try to flush out the weak hands. And if, man, I'm telling you, if you're in altcoins, I know what you're feeling because I got a bunch of them. They suck. If I didn't have the majority of my bags in Bitcoin, I would be sitting here pulling my hair out, man. Because even with majority of mine being in Bitcoin, I'm still seeing some major drops on some of my position trades, right? And and it's not the first time. No, it's about the 6th time. And I keep thinking every time that I'm trying to make this less worse when it happens, and it is less worse, but it's still no more fun. So altcoins are taking a hit as Bitcoin seems to be still in the show. A little theme that we've kind of talked about for, well, I think over a year here on this channel. For quite a while. On these bigger time frames, I'm here on the 3-day. We're testing that 9 moving average. Man, this still looks pretty juicy for Ichimoku Cloud back here. I like what I'm seeing over here. It's is it the 3-day that's starting to do? It's not the 3-day. 3-day is starting to get a little tired on the MACD. It's just showing some signs of tiredness there. The daily is already crossed on MACD, so let's keep that in mind. Weekly is still looking okay so far on MACD, but still a little tired. I do like to keep up with that. All right, so let's go back to the daily just so we can track what I'm doing here. That's where we were. The daily is the good one to track here. 9 moving average is sitting up here at $69,835, and the 21 is below it at $68,569. Price is below both of those. We got a decent shot to recover that 9 moving average at 69.8-ish. So if we can get a little bit of a bounce back here, and we might. Today was Monday. Hey, this is what they do. They like to scare the bejesuses out of us. I'm just cycling through my time frames, looking at the signs here. Most notable ones I like to check on for Bitcoin and for most things is the daily, the weekly, the daily, the 4-hour. 4-hour looks rough. I'm not going to. We are below the 9 moving average, been below it on this whole trend here. The trend still is continuing. And we got our 4-hour 200 moving average coming here about 66.2. I've still got confidence that we can come down if we're below the halfway mark here on this. I mean, we've done it before, not really closing candles below it like we have this time, and we could bounce back and regain it, right? But usually when we start closing candles below it, well, usually we come back and we could expect at some point to try to come back and touch the bottom of the trend line. He didn't do it here, but we still come back and respected some moving averages and things there. Our next moving average that we might support is this 200 down here. Retesting the same little area that we retested back here. When was this? Just that last week of October, man. We're kind of right back where we were back then. But now let's look at our altcoins here, and we'll take a look at total 3. Not good. Now, this is the 4-hour. This is the one that I was seeing some very bullish signs on. I still do see those bullish signs. They're still there. It's just that price went through them. But we did get a flip of this ribbon. It's not unheard of for price to come back and retest all these areas and everything. I was hoping that that would be a stronger form of support down here. But clearly, that did not happen. Shh, 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 shh. Let the turkey talk. Let the turkey talk. The turkey did think that it would hopefully hold and we could maybe hopefully double bottom or catch something here at this little wick. But silly thoughts when you start breaking trend lines, really. If you seriously think about it, they're kind of, yeah, wishful thinking. So, but we are at a level of support now. It's kind of makeshifty, aren't you? Let's zoom out. We got to zoom out on this one. I need a solid line here, people. Oh, and she's shaky right here. Total 3. Falling wedge, breakout, looks good. Like we're going to the upside, and we were, and then we just couldn't get past this area 3 times, and now it's not being fun. Not being fun. I think it's time to take a more deeper look at total 3 right now. So I'm going to remove everything. We're just going to zoom out to the daily. Still like this for the daily. 800, 600, 300, 200. Momentum is still up and to the right. We still got that. So that tells me we got a good chance. Just a little fake out, a little retest of some areas here. If you're looking for horizontal areas to retest, I mean, we do the old horizontal tricks there. And this one right here seems to be holding, right? We don't really need this little guy, but so she wicked down to the 618 and she's been respecting the 0.5, and the 0.5 is where we had that line right there too. So that's confidence for this as being a nice level of support in my personal opinion. That is $536 billion. That's about 50 billion lower from where we are right now. And we're hoping that we don't have to go down there. That would suck. Not be very good. If she's doing something like that, then we're not really getting a breakout so much of, or well, not the great kind of breakout that we want. We want a breakout of this little guy to go up, right? However you're looking at it, falling wedge, you look at it that way, or channel, however's. I mean, they got a great chance to break to the upside, and they got a great target, at least coming back up here about $783 billion, and that would make our numbers go up. But here on the daily, we were doing really good, but what we're in danger for with the moving averages, we got the 200 right here in the yellow, and we got the 50. The price action is making the 50 start to roll over, meaning that this could be a rollover. Ichimoku Cloud says, yeah, baby. It's unless something miraculous happens here very soon, and I don't see how it's going to be strong enough to stick just quite yet. We got a chance to come down to the to retrace and probably ride the leg of this thing down back here again. And that is not going to be fun for altcoins if we do something like that. That's showing some weakness in here, showing that this is about as high as we've been able to get. Now, we haven't cleared the areas that we need to confirm that yet, and that would be this guy. We not quite made it down there, so we don't want to just start jumping the gun and say, but we just want to keep this idea on the back burner. That could happen. If it does, do you have a plan? If altcoins decide to take another drop, say for instance, if they go from where we are now and drop down, how far would that be? Total 3. That's not too bad, but let's say about another 10%. And that could be, 5 to 20% on some of these altcoins, depending on what you're in, right? So that's one scenario that we're looking for. The other one is still, the momentum is still good. And we may just be ranging out here. Now, that could be very possible. We got the 360 moving average here that we're finding support on, and that's a good one. It's found support in some manner of fashion, closing candles above it, and it's been finding support there before. Maybe she'll hold this one last time, or maybe this is the one where she don't hold. So that we don't know. But Ichimoku Cloud's giving us a little something, telling us, think very cautiously about what steps that you take next. That's what the Ichimoku Cloud is saying. Let's go shout out to everybody hanging out here tonight with me. How's it going, people? Bags are bleeding, I am sure. Not many people like to come and talk about bags bleeding and altcoins. We're just looking over the market in general. Do have some altcoins. Some of them doing pretty decent. And then, man, I got some surprising ones. Rune took a big old dump. Back out just right in the middle of the room. Just plopped right down there. So, hey, look at me. We got Sam. How's it going, Sam? There's Barnum. Strega. What's up, Strega? Rising Sun. It says IMX, what do you think? We'll take a look at IMX. Wasn't there an issue with IMX, something like it may not bounce back from kind of issue? I can't remember what happened with it. We read it on the news. Was it, I can't remember if it was a hack or a sell-off. I can't remember. Something happened there. I think. I'll have to verify that. Time is such a tease. Is it night? I haven't even looked at that one in a while, but I still have my bag of time. And I'm wondering why. Same thing with QNT, although I lost a lot of that back in August with that big drop. Don't really miss QNT. What's another one? We got Skatecrow77. Whoa, Jock, Turkey Head. Yeah. What's the shaking? Hey, OG1, what's up? Justin Crypto. Just but the new memes on XRP and Caspa. XRPL on First Ledger is a gold mine. Well, the Caspa memes and Caspa itself look like they're about to die. That was when I got to look on. Caspa was one coin I was going to look at tonight. Randall Trader says, I've had alts I've been holding since 3 years ago. I do too. I still have some of them. And it's at moments like these, I keep asking myself, why the hell have you just been holding them like this? Why haven't you been taking more profits? I had this conversation with myself a few months ago and said, why are you just letting these alts hold in the bag? Why don't you put them in position trades when the market's down? Okay, sounds good. We keep going down and down and down and down, and it wasn't, you know, you can work with it, but it's taking a lot of patience. We're just in a drawdown for a while, all summer long, with altcoins in general. But when they turn around, payday was a coming, baby. Payday's a coming. So being in spot in altcoins, you can ride through it. It just sucks that things are, and that has so much to do with the Bitcoin dominance chart here, which is cranking on up from 60%. And see, she don't look like she's about to roll over. Did you see the difference that we had there between this one and you see on the daily with total 3 how the 50 moving average seems tired, and all the 9 moving average and 21, the red and the green, they just look like they could just, you know, like, roll over. And they could. But Bitcoin dominance does not look like that. It looks like it is. It looks like it's been to a meth party. I'm just going to throw it out there. It looks like it's been to a meth party. And so I'm watching some of these extreme trend lines that it looks like it's going to go up and at least test. And we're on the daily. And remember, it's a big breakout from a much bigger trend line that we broke out of. And 73%, and that's where I do believe that we're slowly going up there. And the more that we do that means that more of the money coming into this market. Now normally we look at this as really bad for altcoins. I don't think it's terrible for altcoins. Altcoins will go up, but Bitcoin will outpace them overall in general. It just will. So altcoins are going to be the slow ponies in this in this ride against Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is just going to outshine them. That's just the theory is coming true and is happening. And altcoin season, when you really want to be in Bitcoin, and by the OG strategy would be when you want to start selling off your altcoins or trading the Bitcoin altcoin pairs and getting in. See, the idea ideally would be to focus more on Bitcoin as Bitcoin dominance goes up, and then when it starts peaking out, start focusing more on altcoins, trading your Bitcoin over to them. Doesn't matter what the dollar price is on those altcoins at that time. You know, something that you bought over here for $4 could be a trading at 18 or 20 over here. Doesn't matter. You don't let that be the sticker shock. You're going by the Bitcoin pair. And then as dominance comes down, you're making Bitcoin and dollars more than likely, but definitely making more Bitcoin as the dominance falls. That's the whole strategy for growing your Bitcoin with altcoins. And it's just, and it sucks if you've been in altcoins for the last little bit, because it's just, you know, truly you look back and say, man, if I'd put that same amount of money in Bitcoin way back here, you know, a couple of years ago, I'd be up so much more. And that's true. Maybe up some. Oh, look, but then you see call come back down to like almost where you started back 3 years ago. Yeah, you can probably see a lot of that right now. And you think, man, if I just went in Bitcoin back then. Let's take a look at some altcoins. Let's take a look really quick here at, let's take a look at IMX. On the daily chart here, let me get rid of this Fibonacci and so we can see what we got. We broke a trend line, had a measure move, which we not met, but we were also tracking some other trend lines where she could find support, and that looks like that's what's happened. Hopefully that area will hold, And was it also I can't tell that wasn't a fib area. I think this one was. This is probably an 886 too. So these areas are holding in this horizontal diagonal trend line, which I believe a lot in these diagonals. I use them a lot in my analysis. A lot more than other people think, or other people do, I think. But how else could you have nailed that little candle wick right there if it wasn't for a diagonal? And so we're coming down to what, 102. Will she break this line? We hope not, man. This trend line needs a hold. This is a good chance for her to turn around right here. Will she do it? We need her to, IMX. If it doesn't, then we're looking at the full on measure move down here, about 85 cents, and even another trend line, which I would really see that as being where you need to look. If she's got to go back and really, really touch bottom, you know that you're looking about the 70-cent area. But she don't have to. She can hold around $1. That's a good psychological place to bounce off of there. And let's go trekking. Another idea you might be able to look at here if you're following the trend lines. That's okay. You got to break out and retest when one of those lackluster breakouts right here. Oh look, we're breaking out to the kind of like what's happening right now with a lot of our altcoins too, right? But she does okay. They do okay when they do that. They'll find support and then they'll start going on their own trajectory, right? So that's when I did. So we broke out of that and got on our own trajectory and then lost that. That sucks for you, IMX. And we can also respect this angle that we got since we had this one, right? I actually just want to go right here to the top. And we just carry that one right over here, and then it respects this angle too, so. You got 3 touches on one side. Oh, now we're kind of spelling out some stuff, aren't we? If it is a channel, this is our partial decline here, so let's hope that this area, another reason why this $1 area has a good chance, I'll say it has a good chance of holding and starting to recover here. In my personal opinion, that's on the daily. 4 hours, kind of leading some credence to that, but we not yet got above that 9-moving average. Come on, baby, try it. It looks like she's trying to do it right now. So I would be looking for it to regain the 9-moving average, the green line right here on the 4 hour. Probably has already done it on the 1 hour. And then start making our way through this Ichimoku cloud, and that will kind of confirm a little bounce here. I'll take a look at FWOG. FWOG is a coin that I just got a little bit of money into, and I took a little bit of profits in FWOG, but FWOG does not want to back down. FWOG just want to keep on hopping along. Now she got to get rejected over here, one of these little points over here for FWOG. And I was thinking that maybe FWOG would got rejected right here at 37 cents. But it looks like if FWOG want to go up to 39 or maybe even to 43 cents right here. That could happen. Frog, go figure, Frog. Woohoo! So she's doing all right. I wish I could say the same thing for Caspa. Yeah. Caspa just gave it up and decided to come down and slap $1, or I'm sorry, our target down here at 0.0101. So Shay nailed it. Yay! Not happy about that one. I was hoping she'd bounce for real. I was hoping she'd come back into the pattern and give us a nice little bear trap, but nope, she decided to go full on bear. Yep. She's going full on bear. Not very happy. Sean? You missed your cue, Sean. All right. Bear. She's going full on bear. So, Casper, what you got to tell me about what you planning on, eh? That better be it, Casper. This better be your bottom. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. All I got is a few random candle bodies over here with an angle to give me a start, and maybe not even quite if I go to there. I'm not trusting you. Not trusting you there. There's a hope and a prayer that maybe this channel idea will hold, but this has also got some further places down here. I do have a target at 8. 8.6 cents for Caspa. I hope it does not hit. That will severely screw up my plans with Caspa and what I'm trying to do. And the Ichimoku cloud looks like, man, she ain't cutting us a break at all. Caspa does not look good. Caspa looks like Caspa in trouble. Here on the daily, we got, of course, the little devil girl starting to show up right there at 8.6 cents. If you ask me, there might be a little bit of a pullback. Maybe we can go back up as close to 12 cents as we can get, but not really make it, and then fall down to 8.6. And there's nothing really here to stop us until we start getting back down to 4 cents. Now, if Caspa were to do that, even if it is just a slow burn, that is going to hurt its performance in this bull market tremendously. So think about that, because people are going to lose faith and confidence in Caspa. I don't think the meme coins really helped Caspa. I just think it gave an avenue for people to sell off Caspa, and I think it was manipulated through that. I think that's kind of apparent, knowing people are losing their interest in Caspa. And for the good technology that it is and what it could offer, you know, I think it's a good one to be in. So, and definitely some juicy prices, but how much juicier will Caspa get? I mean, if we're really, really looking for where she can go. Oh, you're being generous with that 618 too, weren't you? You went from right here. I'm just coming all the way back to the bottom. I'm even going to move this down. We'll put 2. Our main was sitting right here at 8 cents. And then right down here, 4.5 cents would be the next target in line for Caspa. Oh. So Road Dogg is looking, but Road Dogg has got a pretty sizable bag on this one that was trying to do some good things with some leverage on it over here, position trading. And this does not add in, this scenario down here does not work for me under any calculations. So there will have to be some de-risking, and there has been some de-risking trying to work on this downtrend here. But Road Dogg may have to calculate, make sure that he can come out at least at break even and take a break from Caspa if Caspa does not straighten up its ass soon. Caspa, what the hell? Come on. I'm sorry. It's got to happen. Caspa, everybody's believing in you. You reportedly solved the trilemma. You did what no other blockchain could do, and you were a fair launch. You had so much going for you. Everybody's crazy about you. Couldn't believe it when you're sitting over here under a penny, people getting in. You even got the people saying that they got in there, and then, of course, you know, they sold off and everything else. Still claiming they got in under half a penny. Anyway, but down here, 3-4 cents, man. I really started paying some strong attention to you there, and I wish I'd bought a whole lot more there. I thought I had a good amount there. I was satisfied with it, but then you started going up. And everybody started going crazy for you. It started being the talk on everybody's tongue, man. You got some people have their whole channels just dedicated for Caspa, claiming you're going to go up to $10, $50. It's crazy. Like, you're the XRP of 2017. You're the XRP of this cycle, Caspa. And then what the hell happened? Gary Denzer didn't come after you. You just meme coins did it. These things like Conan and Caspa. And what's that other one? Yeah, all those guys. Everybody's hyping up, which is tracking them. And you started burning the people as soon as they went onto the dexes. And I don't blame you, because that's usually what they do, or the people do. Now you know why the whales were dumping on your ass when you were trying to make your come-ups in other coins now, don't you? Yeah. Caspa, you got to do something better. I need you to find some support here. You can do it right here at 10 cents. You lose 10 cents, Caspa. You make a lower low than what you had over here. Well, I'm not going to say I'm going to make a break with you right then, baby, but I'm just saying we're going to have to be talking about some different arrangements here now. And so as you come back up, and, you know, we try to work on things here. If I don't see enough enough showing me that you got something that can help move this relationship forward, Casper. I'm afraid, you know, we'll just hold on to our memories there and maybe have a few souvenirs, but we may have to start talking about going different ways, Casper. I'm so sorry. My bad. I got a little... Judging Crypto says someone accidentally burned 93% supply as well on Grim, and it's exploding. XRPO. Random Trader says, great to be here with the dog and the pack. Hey man, glad to have you, Random Trader. I'm waiting for that payday. Oh gosh, man, that payday has been slow in coming, hasn't it? It's a... Good lord, swing traders, and unless you're shorting on the swings. And unless you've been playing the short game, or if you've been trying to hold or play a longer position game on this, man, it's just, it's even trying to do the right things and getting paid on the way up. It's like, you know, if it's kind of like bear market vibes, they just don't quite get back up to where just missed my take profits. What? Oh, really thought you could have got that one. It will change. It will change. This is the flush out section of the market, and they're good about it. I know, because they flushed me out of a lot of positions on that last cycle. Felt just like this, and you're kind of like, I'm done with these guys. They're not doing, this one sucks. He's not doing anything. And you're like, I'm just getting out, man. And then up only happens. I kid you not. Up only will happen as soon as you start selling. And we're not too far away from up only season. It's coming. It's coming. Justin Crypto says, now's the best time to buy alts. Bitcoin about to break all-time highs. That's when alts run. You need to rewind, Justin. Go check out my little Bitcoin dominance explanation there. That's how it actually works. You will get a rise out of altcoins, but it ain't the one you're looking for, maybe. Met party! For fuck's sake, I'm dying. Oh, what? Hey, there's Joe. How's it going, Joe? OG1 says, hey, Road Dog. So last bull cycle, the crypto market cap was 2.8 trillion. This cycle high was 2.7 trillion. Do you think it can go higher? Yes, I do. So if the last one was 2.8 for crypto market cap, I think you can safely look for about 4 to 5x on that, and that I think that's fairly moderate. So somewhere around the 8 to 10 billion market cap, I think is trillion market cap. I think is fairly moderate, because at the very end, I kid you not, it could possibly double from there if things are going good in the market. It can still just rocket ship on up from that, but because the last few months is where it really starts kicking in the most, and you gotta be ready for it and catch it, or it will pass you up. That's for true. That's for dang sure. I would say have a plan. The best way to do this market for real is to have a plan ahead of time, because when you get into the heat of it, when the things are going up, and then you got everybody else coming out talking about super cycles and no, Bitcoin's going to 500,000 and almost looks like it could, right? Just like what it did over here at 70,000, we were going to keep on going or something, right? And something, the distribution starts happening and it's sneaky. And unless you've got a plan for an exit strategy, how you're going to take profits along the way, you can easily get caught up on the downside. And then you find, oh man, crap. If I took profits along the way, I would have been better off than if I had sold where I'm being forced to sell now and capitulate, because I just now figured out, shit, we're in a bear market. No, it's cost 10, perfect for the alts in the current conditions. That's what I thought too, Gearston. That's what I thought too. Wordhawk says, who gets the next Wells notice? Are they just going down the list? That is one of my theories for what might be behind the altcoin, with the altcoins not doing good, right? So here we are back to Bitcoin dominance, and we were talking about the real true altcoin season that everybody's looking for and talking about. Won't happen until we hit like these numbers and start bouncing, or wherever Bitcoin has got to start going down. And she just now past the area that she needed, that everybody was hoping she would get rejected at. The altcoin season everybody was hoping for to happen right now, it ain't happening. The opposite is happening. Bitcoin dominance is taking off and altcoins are being left behind, but it's not horrible for altcoins. We just talked about all this, but it definitely makes them slow down a lot, and only the real winners will start shining. That, and then all the pump and dumps that you got that are trying to, hey, look at me, I'm shiny, come chase me, and then they dump on your ass, and you will see a bunch of that going on right now. I guarantee you in the next few weeks you will see a shitload of that. So memes will probably be doing all right. They had a bit of a dump today, or some of the more popular ones, and we'll probably take a look at some of those tonight too, if I can quit talking about Bitcoin dominance and whatever I came back over here to do. Gosh darn it. Short-term memory loss? Why did I party so much in high school? Oh, so the whales notice. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. So that was my idea, man, because if Bitcoin dominance, she looks like she's getting ready to just freaking rocket ship up. If she does, oh man, can get a hit, but they're still going on with all this whales notice stuff and all this sneaky stuff, right? They're not letting up. They're not. So we're still under this choke point 2.0 or 3.0 it may be now. They're still working against us. Don't believe all that stuff. They're just softening up for the election cycle right now. After election, if the same party is still in office, they're going to crank this baby up, because that's the only way. How else can they going to save the dollar? They don't need no competition for that. Especially that party. They don't want no competition for that. Leave it for real, for real. So, yeah, you could have more legal actions going against altcoins, and nobody will want altcoins, and it will turn more attention over to Bitcoin as Bitcoin dominance goes up. We got to also include the variables of fresh money coming in, bigger money coming in, through ETFs and all that, and how it mixes and converts over to actual Bitcoin being put up somewhere and taking that shortage out of the equation. Remember, there's going to be a Bitcoin shortage. We only make it half as much a day as we have been over the last 4 years. So that supply shock is starting to be felt now as well. So you got all these things coupling together, and I can see how altcoins could get demolished for a while until they get so smashed and a few projects do catch on, and maybe there's a little, the scenery changes a little bit, the narrative, or what am I trying to say? The direction of altcoins. Maybe it changes just a little bit. Maybe in a better direction. People get more confidence, and then we get an altcoin. Altcoin season won't happen until we get rejected from a level on Bitcoin dominance. This looking like it's going to be the best one, and it has been a really good one. This was altcoin. That was a good altcoin season right there. That was it. That's my take on that. Here's one that is totally getting decimated at the moment. This is one that I'm very disappointed with, but she's at some juicy prices for those who are interested, and this is Arweave. Arweave, which was recently up at $50, is now on sale for only $13.26 today. And there are some hints that, well, she may even go on a further sale because she's just broken some rules here, and that sucks. You did not need to see her do that. Now, I'm here on the daily, and we have just went below the 800 moving average, so she need to be finding a bottom down here sometime, so she's running out of places to go. I'm popping around in the daily, yeah. Now, what I do like is that we do have the 200 moving average still up here about 26, and we're sitting about 50% down. Yeah, we can snap back up that way. The momentum is still here. I don't know really what's going on with the sell-off, but 800, 600, 300, the momentum, it will come back. I just don't know. I mean, how much lower are you going to go? Jeez. Arweave, you're at a 786 now. Can you come down? Don't do it. Don't do it. Holy but Jesus. Can you come down to 930? That might be I mean, we're flirting with losing an area, and that would be one of the areas I look for. And there's another little place right in between. Yeah, I think about the best I can get to is about 10.6 right there. So Allweave looks like it's going on sale. Another one I've got to look at. I'm going to salvage this little guy. I think it can turn into a good bag once she gets back on her feet. Oh, I'm not signed in there. I was hoping I could go over there. Okay. It's going to do a little bigger work on Allweave. Now it looked like she was rounding out here and she was trying to find a bottom, and getting to somewhere a little lower was okay, but she never came back into the pattern. She never recovered her 618 fib. Woo, she's in a bad position. What we can hope is that she'll recover here. But I'm not seeing any signs of that on the 4 hour that she's getting ready to do that. If anything, it does look like Allweave is going to get cheaper. Ichimoku Cloud says she going on sale this week. For real. Woo-how. Get your Christmas shopping done early with Allweave. I'm gonna do a trend line from line to, oh yeah, you lost that too. Ooh, Snapdragon. What? Oh, you, oh, Mom, why? So Allweave's wanting to die. She looks rough as crap. I like what I'm seeing on the bigger time frames where she could possibly snap back, but man. So this would be a one that I would. But look, just coming back to her 618, if she does come down here, it would be a moon bag of that. She could double back easy once she confirms a bottom. This is one I'd watch for a bottom. I know some people are going to say, look at that big old cup and handle to the upside. I've probably been saying it from right up here on there. Just want to keep on the radar there. Let's take a look at Rune. That one had the dump today. She was looking good. Like she was trying to go back up on this little megaphone thing. Like she's trying to come up and maybe do something bigger. 382 area, lost that. Got rejected off that and lost her 236. She coming back down here? Yeah, Rune. I was glad that I took some profit up through here through $6. That helped out a lot, but I'm very surprised how much of that drop that she's had recently has made her come down, because, I mean, she's down 30%, and I can see that in my position. I'm like, wow. I took some of those profits and helped out some other coins and moved them out, and then now I can see where, you know, the deficit now from where I've taken them at, taking that profit. We still got the 50 above the 200. Our momentum looks fairly decent. I mean, the bigger moving averages, 800, 600, 300, they're good. The other ones, the normal ones we find here, you still got the 100 below the 200. That kind of sandbags, that weights us down, and that's the one that we're testing right now. Now, you're going to hold here on the daily, or you're going to drive us down here? Oh, that's a hard call right there. The Ichimoku suggests that we might. Oh gosh, I can't say that. 356 for real, for real. Ichimoku says that could happen. Let's take this one at 398. I can believe 398. That would be our 618 from this pool. But she lost this thing going on. Now I'm gonna adjust this trend line and put it to candle bodies, because I went from a wick to bodies there. That seemed to be the most appropriate thing. Is a very steep trend, right? It was a good strong trend out of that. Well, that fun's over. So now we're going to try to get a more accurate trend line. I'm going to go from candle body to candle body. And now that might be a support. Ooh, I like that. Yes. Now my trend line says maybe, just maybe, we can actually bounce from here. And I do like that idea. Let's see if we got any confluence with that. Hello? Hello? No. You don't say. You never say anything when you call. Let's take this trend line and notch it right up through here. Not the most. I see respect for the angle, but I've seen some better respect. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, we'll see with that. So it's highly likely we could be in the bottom of the channel. I like that. Come on, I need you to bounce anyway. Oh, look at here on the 4 hour. We got the magic fibs, or the magic moving averages in here. Now look at this. They faking us out on Rune. We're here on the 4 hour. We're not above the non-moving average yet. It's over here, but all these 800, 600, 300, 200, 150. Ooh, they're all in order. It's just the little rambunctious ones, right? This is the momentum on even on this time frame, the 4 hour, we're still going in the right direction. We're in this channel. We're at the bottom of the channel. At the bottom on this on a ribbon, moving average ribbons at this foot positive, and we're bouncing off. We just tested the bottom of it. I'm calling for room to go up, baby. I think this is the kind of trade setup that I like. For real. Even just going right back up here, making a small one. What is that? Ooh, that's a 6.5 to 1 ratio just to come back up to the 200 moving average at $5.11. I'm a loving it. Like McDonald's. Oh, wait a minute. You don't have the price right. Oh man, that's only a 3 to 1 now. That sucks. Depends on where you get in. Can you get in cheap? No, she's getting ready to do something right now. We got to do it small. Oh, we want a smaller. Yeah, let's do it here on this one. 1 hour. We got in there, put our stop loss under here. That would be what, 4% stop loss? Not bad. 15% profit. I really like this target up here. Seriously, I think you can get 33% out of it. That's just me because, you know, I hold on to stuff for a little while. 15% gains out of room. That looks interesting. We're going to take this little idea and put it out as a trade setup. Go over here to the Telegram group. Links are in this video description below. I would put them in the chat, but my stream deck is not cooperating with me anymore. We've been arguing lately and haven't been able to get around that issue. Rune 1 hour. Swing trade setup. Take, what was it? I had 511 for the first take profit. What do we got here? Same thing, right? 511. 511. I'm gonna put 510 so we can front run it. Oh! Let's see what you guys are talking about. Gearthan, did you check out others already? I did. I looked at Total 3, but I do like others too. I see a difference on the moving averages on these. That fascinates me. I want to track them both. But it's also like Total 3, very similar to it. And they will be similar. Little differences. So, man, I got to get rid of some of these lines. This was a measure move, which... that's where that came from, so maybe I'll put that up there. The channel that broken just like it did on Total 3 as well, and you know, we could be coming down here. I'm hoping, at least on this one. On others, I see my little sliver of red over here. We'll have to keep an eye and see how that plays out, but coming down in a green cloud, if you can see that, and then having that little sliver of red, that's just opposite, you know, of what we look for in the bullish market. Meaning that we could be rounding out here, or finding some support down through here. That could be what, another $10 billion range. The other thing I did on Total 3 was also do a fib pull and go with that area because we lost our 618, and that just brings this one in. So for others, and this is the total crypto market cap, excluding the top 10. And actually, I think I do like this one better because it's got what, 184, 196 billion. And this is mainly where most of our altcoins are hanging out, the majority of them, outside of the top 10 altcoins that we might have, like Solana or something like that. So I do think it's a good representation. a good chart to read for your altcoins to get to test the weathers, so to speak. But she does suggest that, you know, we could still get a slow bleed in altcoins, but still the overall momentum is still good. Okay, so basically here on the daily, let me get rid of this Fibonacci. These moving averages that I've got, these basic ones that I've got, the yellow one and all these other ones in between here. I don't think I need that, do I? So they give us part of a range, but I use these other moving averages, and really what this does, it spells out a big range that we would be playing in. So basically, we've got this whole little area right through here that we can be that's on the table that we can be playing at, and we could be going down as far as to retest this area is 163 billion. I hope not, because we already knocked it out of the park here once. We tested it here. And then we skipped over Lucy. Lucy does not like to be skipped over. We're probably coming back to talk to Lucy. For real, for real. If I had to make a prediction, I'm saying that we're coming, altcoins are coming back to talk to the devil. We will make that official prediction right here. Oh crap, what did I do? Altcoins coming for the devil. We're going to write it in red. Make it bold and beautiful. I'm hoping that doesn't quite happen though, but we don't have really solid trend lines. We don't. And technically this one we moved up just a wee bit. There is a small chance that maybe we can hold here in this area, not coming all the way down here. But I would say we're probably coming down to talk to Lucy. We're coming down to talk to the devil. And that looks like, man, we probably got a week or a week and a half of this silly nonsense. Watching these altcoins suck. And that sucks in itself. I'm kind of pissed about it. Striker! Jackson, why is Lifer saying we will go up from here? Because he's putting his bias more on the election, I believe. I don't know why he says a lot of things. He says that some things are on point. Some of the things he really does just pull out just to have something to say to try to make him look good. I'm just going to say that, like the 68% chance for all these patterns. No. So I don't know. I don't know how to answer for him, but my prognosis for altcoins, and I've been saying this, I thought I've been kind of shaky, turbulence, sideways, blah 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 action, and I don't see it changing to anytime too. It will change. It will. But I don't see it changing like this week, next week. I see we could spend a lot of November. Who has heard me say, man, that when we're talking about September, how horrible it was, and then October, which seemed to like never come until like toward the end, and we were getting tired, and I'm like, yeah. November and December also, you know, they're not up only months. There's a lot of downward in the. Think about it. When's the last time you remember being on a Thanksgiving saying, woohoo, crypto was rocking, you suck, I told you should have gotten Bitcoin? They're going, man, tell us more about. No, that's not what's been going on any Thanksgiving that, you know, our recent memory, except for way back in the OG days. I think maybe we had one or two, but usually during Thanksgiving and the holidays, crypto sucks. It's in a downtrend. You're like, I thought it was supposed to be this fourth quarter is supposed to be good, and overall it ends up being good with some good pumps if you take advantage of them. But it's turbulent. I don't expect this one to be any different, other than, you know, the election. I think that'll have influence, but man, it's going to be shaky. So altcoins for real. I think we're ranging, and we may even come anywhere all through here. But we did have the breakout from this. It does have a measured move. It just got to get on course, and then we'll start seeing the numbers start coming up on others. Nodal 3 altcoins. They'll make a comeback, but Bitcoin will outperform it though. Bitcoin will be getting the most attention and the most money, although some of the altcoins will do great. You'll make some gains in altcoins. But the real altcoin you're looking for, we're not even close to it. Not yet. Not yet. Let's go back to the chat and see what you guys are talking about. I got a few more coins. I've got a lot more coins we can go over. Warthog Thunderbolt says KYC is killing the US liquidity. Yeah, KYC sucks. It's not a bad thing, but I don't think there's anything wrong with there being a threshold for KYC, like some of the exchanges I think they try to do. Mexi may even be doing it. I don't know, but like maybe if you're not with, you have withdrawal limits or something. There should be a level that you don't need the KYC, and they should fight for that. And maybe in AML they can do that. Okay, at some point it makes sense that maybe there's something there, but there should also, like, anything under 20,000, anything under 10,000, some things like that, or I think right now you can withdraw up to 20,000 a day on some of these non KYC things, which I'm totally cool for. I've never had to do that too much on a regular basis anyway. No. But yeah, that whole thing does hurt. The way that they're doing it. Not that it doesn't need to be done, but the way that they're going about enforcing all this stuff and being unclear about it. Matty Ghost says, flipping Doge again. Doge has still been doing good. Now, Doge, also, keep an eye on Doge. Historically, Doge is a good indicator, a good front runner for when the actual Bitcoin bull run, the one up only run, will start happening. Usually Doge starts it out first, and you start seeing a lot of Doge is starting to get real popular and having really strong days, and just keep on running. And that's usually Bitcoin is right around the corner. Borda, take a look. Let's take a look. You take a look at the TradingView one. It doesn't have volume or anything on it, so I don't have that, but I do have more price history. Okay, well, she's obviously at a bottom and retested her bottom that she had back in a year ago. You've seen this has happened with a lot of altcoins. They went for where they were a year ago. And I'm just looking at this, is amazing. I mean, think about this on some of these ones, and not just this one, but a lot of them. You were down, and then look, this one like went up 3 or 4x, and then came all the way back to where it was a year ago. So if you don't have a strategy to take profits and get paid on certain levels, you just end up riding this up and riding this down, right? And so you would never know where it's going to go to exactly or anything. You can have some ideas, but a swing high to the previous swing low before we ever hit that is how I try to do things. And I think you just go down and you can fib it out and treat these things as zones, not just a level. But I think that's you got something. At least you got some kind of strategy, and maybe you're taking 20% at each level, 20% at 158% gains, and maybe take off another 25% when you get up here to 263% gain. At least you've done something, and maybe you didn't hit that last target. Oh shucks, just didn't nail it. So you suck, road dog. But hey, we know we took a lot of profit. You already moonbagged it, already made enough money you're taking your collateral out on the way, and you're good. You can either do a strategy like that, have something and implement it, or just ride the wave, man. Catch it up right now. Whoa, this is a fun ride. Oh, we come in, we leave just as broke as we came in, man. Yeah. I mean, you can do it that way too. I'm just sitting here talking to people. It looks like it's at a good place to buy is what I see, but you're going to have a hiccup here about 14, 15 cents. You're sitting at 9 cents. That's a pretty good come up right there. I'm doing all this on the daily chart. That's 65%. Here on the 4 hour, do we have any signs saying that you're getting ready to do something right now? She's above the 9 moving average, starting to flag out after that little bottom there. Looks like she's trying. She is in a mega pony pattern. It's not broke out yet, but it's got a 70% chance for real, right to the upside, and then come back up here about 11 and a half cents at least. So that's kind of cool. Fort. Clean up my chart right there, and I'm on the 4 hour. That's pretty good. Now I also like to kind of zoom out and see what we really got going on, because that's important. It's very important to do that, because this makes a great little target right here, a nice strong target. The 200 moving average is coming in there right there. So many different ways that you can do this and use patterns to get your targets and get a trade set up. So I did a local pattern and I zoomed out, which you really should do, but still trying to figure out these bottoms. Zooming out give you a little bottom. Now she can come down. Don't get this twisted. When we're making a bottom, doesn't mean that, oh, this is it. And then we're going. I mean, she I can't draw right now. It's accumulation. She could double bottom down here or just hang around down here for a little while before she does anything. So we got to keep that in mind too for this one. Doesn't mean it's just ready just to go all the way up to the upside, because sad to say your moving averages are flipped bearishly here. They not flip bullish, and you got 800, 600, 300, 200. They're all bear. The momentum is still down. Now she's at a point where she looks like she can be trying to begin the flipping, but she'll need to get above 10, 11 cents to actually pull that off, the 11 cent area. May take her a minute. That's what I'm trying to say. Good Brown Gravy says, somebody restrain me. I'm about to FOMO in the fog. Oh no. I don't think this is the best time to get it right now. I forgot. She was up, right? Woo! Good old fog. I'm curious, as strong as it's been, I'm thinking she might actually hit this 43. That's a 1.618 Fibonacci extent, or 161.8. That's a bigger variation of the Fibonacci. Should be the extent of its move here, and they don't always get the full extent, but that's the biggest one on the table there. I just had a little bit in that, and I think that's grown. I mean, I seriously just had a little bit in it. Where'd you go for? Oh crap! My little bit, now I've got $100 in it, whatever's left, and I already took some profit, didn't I? I don't know. I bought mine on the 12th and the 13th of October. How much were you on the 12th and the 13th of October? Fwog, tell me how much I'm up. Or am I up? 12th, 13th of... What's this? What is all that crap? October... This is 12. Lisa 13. So right here, I got you about 18 cents there. Oh, you're in moonbag territory for me. I'm going to go ahead and moonbag you. I see I did not make a sale here. I thought I took profit over this one. Perfect time for me to moonbag. So now I got me a free, I will have a free $50 bag of Fwog. So I'm selling because we're in a good place to sell. What are my average? Let's see, can we get my average? Why are you being so slow, man? Try to get my average cost and everything, and she just doesn't want to do it right now. I have 270 Fwog. That's all I got. Fwog. There we go. So, I don't know. Can we see this? This is my Fwog. You can't see that. Ah! No! I just put, so I'm up $47.57 and I put 51 into it. Close enough for me to moonbag it. I'm cool. If I can do it. may have to do it after the stream though. Don't you dare go down, Frog. You better keep going up. You got Frog. You still got that green dot going on, Frog. I like Frog. She may keep going. Do it, baby, do it. Oh no, you're sucking on the 24-minute. What are you doing, Frog? Darn it. That Ichimoku cloud looks good. That Ichimoku cloud looks like she still wants to go up. That's crazy. Gap filler Omamua. He knows. And not blink an eye about it. That's the thing. Because it would never talk about it. Hey, there's Celinda. How's it going, Celinda? Annie on Trade Travel Chill was talking about a psychic that saw ETH outperforming Bitcoin in December through January. Oh. Well, it's been in a big ass cup and handle. It's got to be getting close to bottoming. It's got to be. And see, historically, off the top of my head, 0.027 BTC for ETH. Man, that was an extreme low, but usually somewhere around 0.036, 0.037, right through there was a good bottom area. This is back in my bot days and how I used to do all the charts, or how I used to keep up with things before I learned how to chart. But let's take a look at Ethereum here on Bitcoin. Really, for real, you should be looking at all your altcoins against a Bitcoin pair. Just type them into TradingView or Exchange or whatever. Of course, not every exchange is going to have a Bitcoin pair, but you want to gauge them against Bitcoin. And I want to try to start getting out of the ones that look weak on that and focus on the ones that look kind of strong against Bitcoin. So we got to zoom out on you. We got to go to the weekly on this, don't we? Oh, you coming to my level? Yeah, my level I've got here is at 0.03548. I did not color code these because I'm being a lazy little bum. I want to zoom in on those wicks there on that my little cup and handle. Look, a little big old cup and handy. That cup and handy about the traditional rules. Looks like she went too low. Look like she is down more than 2/3 of the way, and that would disqualify a cup and handy according to Thomas Bukowski. Curious. What I was doing there, yeah. So is that our 786? No, it's not my. I don't know what my. Oh, it was from one of these. I think I took it. But from the bigger picture, yeah, even the bigger picture, that's the easiest way for real. I mean, your bigger pictures always have more weight. 0.03259 is the 786 retracement area. I'm getting rid of this cup and handle thing in my mind. I don't think that's what it is anymore. It's invalidated. You gotta have signs that tell you when things are no longer what you need to be looking at, and invalidation points. And I don't think that's talked about with patterns very much, and it should be. This is me giving this trend line some wiggle room down here with those. And man, we flirted with breaking that line. We don't need to break that one. That is all the wiggle room I can give, and we are at it. You need, if it's gonna. So the options are we lose this trend line, and then ETH just goes to hell, and it goes into zero or whatever. probably not going to happen, right? The other more option that would make more sense is that we bounce here, and we're about due for that, and that's cool. And then the and one other option we could look at is she does break the trend line, and then she fakes out, and that'll take some while, man. I mean, on the weekly, that we could be looking at months sitting here trying to make some kind of bear trap before it starts going up, and that would suck. So I'd really rather see bounce now. Bounce ETH, that would be awesome. Start taking off. But really, ETH probably is not going to bounce until Bitcoin dominance reverses. So is this a sign that maybe the 618 area that we're currently passing over Bitcoin dominance might get shot down? We'll lose that area, and then we'll get an altcoin season? I mean, we can look for that. The other scenario is Bitcoin dominance keeps going up. And then that scenario that we break this trend line and come down lower, maybe do touch, 0.03 Bitcoin per ETH or lower, and try to bear trap for weeks and weeks and whatever. That would suck. That I could see that happening, though. I could see that happening. Altcoins just being, oh god, barely hanging on and barely doing stuff. Makes me wonder, what will it be like? Chef Natron, how's it going, my man? How's it going, Chef? Turkey head is epic. Yeah, I'm a handsome turkey. OG1, do you think you'll get a Santa rally this year? We usually do. It's an election year. We usually do, but I mean, I think it's too early to tell. Definitely can't see it happening on the charts right now. Then says, I like the dude, but you nailed it with the statistics thing. I noticed that too. He'll say random numbers sometimes. And the reason, I mean, is from the training. We both had the same mentor that would do screen shares, and I started noticing, I'm like, because that was one of the things that's one of the things that made me want to get in that group. I heard this guy say, following wedge breaks to the upside 68% of the time. This was the big crypto Bitcoin Chris that had a trading group, and Lifer was in that one too. But then I started noticing, well, yeah, you always saying 68% for this and that. Everything can't be 68%, can it? Especially one time they said breaks up to 68%, and then another time it says it breaks down 68%. Well, that's a mathematical impossibility. You can't break both up and down 68%. That goes out of the 100% scale that we're using. That's no. So finally, in through this, I learned about Thomas Bukowski, and now this is where the statistics came from. That, when they spoon feed you, they don't always want to tell you where these statistics come from and where you can learn this information by yourself. And for me, it was a very eye-opening experience to find the patternshot.com and find that Thomas Bukowski had books like this one right here, the Encyclopedia of Chart Patterns, which how much is it going for now? $131, worth every freaking penny, but it's here for free on his website, and you get the statistics, all kinds of statistics that are accurate, and this is where they come from. This is your trusted source. This is your textbook for pattern trading, and he doesn't get enough credit, so I'm always talking about him here. I get nothing free because this is free. This is the bulk of what I've learned. I mean, this gave me a really solid foundation right here for patternshot.com. And Mitch Ray talks about him a lot, Bukowski. That's the guy. That's the source. That's where your education comes from. The other stuff you're getting from YouTubers, unless they're citing him, you're just getting regurgitated information, which may or may not be correct, be tainted by subjections and tainted by ego, and you end up getting somebody telling you, well, this is a 50-50 pattern, and all these things, and they take the simple ideas that have rules to go by, like measured moves, and then they start doing something totally crazy, and then you get these really upside for some target, right? But does it play out? Well, then why are we doing it? If it's a measured move, why are we putting it up to other places? I mean, I just see if if you really read the textbooks, you would understand the concept or really studied the things. If you just kind of just listen to what somebody told you and just add it, and then want to put your own twist on it, I mean, no wonder there's always a flag at the very tops that doesn't play out, and there's always shorts at the very bottom that don't play out. I'm just saying there's some things that get skipped over by some guys. But in summary, find a good source of information to be your basis for the foundation that you build upon. I personally suggest that you don't do the paid groups and things like that. The community part is cool. That's probably one of the best things about it. But the guys with the paid trading groups, they're wanting you, the people that pay them, to come in and help the new people that come in, so they don't have to do anything but sit back in their jacuzzi hot tub. And that's for real. And that's how they got that jacuzzi hot tub, is from you and your $99 a month. That's just... And if you can't see that, I'm sorry, but I can't help you. And you're probably going to you're going to be really pissed this crypto market, because you're not going to make the gains that you could. Flat out, you're spinning your wheels, being fed stuff that's not helping you. The best thing I can tell you is get good sources. And I mean, I try to stick to the best of my ability to the principles I learned from Thomas Bukowski and some other sources. And I try to give them credit everywhere that I can, so that you guys know where to go to look for information, and not just be relied on what somebody says. I've been doing this for 15 years. Are you going to trust me, or are you going to trust that book that guy wrote? Please buy my course. Yeah. Anyway, not trying to get negative. There is value depending on your skill level. When I first joined the trading group, I had no skill level other than bot stuff that I had in the back of my head, but I didn't know how to relate it to charts or anything. I was scared to learn this. I was afraid to. I thought it would give me a big headache I would never get over. And it was a struggle for me to wrap my head around it. I think most of it's from letting go of preconceived ideas, mostly, and emotions and stuff. I think that's the journey in it. But there's really no magic in the lines and stuff. It's very simple concepts, really. It's just getting over the psychology of you trusting it. A lot of it. Chef Natron says, little shop of horror vibes. How is Charting Crypto doing, man? I gotta give. I'm sorry, but we gotta give Charting Crypto. I don't see him doing very much anymore. I haven't seen him do much anymore. But Charting Crypto, YouTuber. I consider him one of my YouTube buddies, actually. He does really good analysis stuff, has his own little style. And he used to put out videos like 3 a day. 3 or 5, no, he'd do more than that. But I haven't seen him in a while. Oh, he is, okay, he's still putting, it's been about a week, he's still putting some out. I think he put all those out, probably all out in one day, man. Good dude, good analysis and everything, man. Go check him out, Charting Crypto. He does some live streams too. And looks like he did one about 2 weeks ago there. But there's another person that's out there just doing this because we like it. It's just something we're not trying to sit here and shill courses and stuff, although I will throw out Tangem wallets, just giving you an idea. That does help support the channel. If you ever need one, get one and get a 10% off. Code DOG. Otherwise, let's move on. I feel like I'm really behind on this chat right now. Ryza says, I'm voting for Turkey Head. Santa says, I'm not a fan of Ethereum, but wouldn't it be ironic if the whales dumped it to the ground just to pump it to the moon? Oh my gosh, I hope they don't. I really don't. I've never been a big fan of Ethereum either, though. It's crazy how everybody is. I think it's interesting when you look at all the YouTube influencers over the past cycles or whatever, and how they've changed. And golly, man, some of the rides they've been on. I mean, take BitBoy for instance. Well, he's been on a wild ride, but I mean, he was a big ETH person, right? he hated Solana, hated ICP. There were a lot of things, and then I don't know, it's just kind of interesting just to see. And you know what? You know what's really disappointing about him is Bitcoin. It's like he has no Bitcoin. And it's like he's not even thinking about that narrative of it anymore. I don't know. Curious. I think he's jumped the shark though. I don't know. He doesn't appeal to me in the same way that he used to. But there was one time that, man, I was just waiting every day just to come and watch BitBoy's show and see what he was talking about in the mornings, right? There are a lot of other people saw that too. And the way he played it, you know, it took... You catch on after a little while, but they come across as being the authority and they know. And then, of course, then when Mr. X comes along, I'm like, okay, this is pushing it just a wee bit too far now. Santa is a myth. Ethan says, well, that's cool. You know, like, no, I don't know him, but we just happened to be in the same trading group. He was an administrator in that trading group. And I actually don't remember him at all from that group. I was shocked. It was, here's what happened. This is how I came across Lifer. I was watching Jason Casper, a new up and comer last cycle, right? And he wasn't even showing his face. He was just getting on and showing his little nerdy cartoon and going over, but I liked what I saw, and you know, he had good message and everything, and talked about spirituality, and just he was just a cool dude. And he happened to go one day because somebody in the chat mentioned Lifer. He went over to Lifer's show live on his stream, and then Lifer found out about it, and Lifer got pissed, and Lifer was rude, and he said, "You're coming in here trying to steal my people." You know, and I think he just started trying to ban him, but Jason was like, "No, man, we're cool. I think he gave him a super chat or something, but something smoothed the waters, and then, you know, but it was kind of, he was coming after Jason hard and heavy on that stream, just being a total dick for real. But anyway, when I'd hear him, I caught clips of him, and he was saying something. Though I heard some key phrases that I heard in the trading group, like rounded bottom say the bill or something, 68% of the time. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm hearing this stuff, and I see drawing flags, and I'm like, hey, this is familiar to what I remember from the trading group, and so I started paying attention. I'm like, wow, he was saying a lot of things that Chris would say, and then I found, oh, you weren't, but he would never mention Crypto Bitcoin Chris's or Crypto Revolution was the name of the channel. It's not even up anymore, I don't believe. That was the trading group. Lifer would never give him credit. Never would give Crypto Bitcoin Chris credit. He's still in the group, but would never give him credit for anything. Let anybody, because that would take away from him growing his own little group, right? I just thought those are the little things that I see. Those are the little things that spell out someone's, you know, how they conduct themselves, maybe their character in a way. And I pick up on those little things are enough to tell me a lot about people. So it's more important to his ego not to mention where he got his training or anything, but just trust me, bro. I'm a genius. I don't know. It's just kind of wild. Earthen says, Road Dogg does not have an echo chamber, and it's okay to have different opinions. Yeah, you can have your opinions here. I don't. Yeah. That's kind of weird too. There is an echo chamber there, and that's not good. It's not good for his personality. Now we're doing a psychoanalysis. I'm not trying to do this. Joe says, subscribe to Charting Crypto here. Oh, cool, Joe. Thank you for doing that, my man. Jackson says, Lifer doesn't know Elliot. I mean, he's familiar with it, but well, even I don't even claim to know Elliott Wave. I got the basics of Elliott Wave theory, but that's the amount. I'd get the indicator out just to make sure I'm kind of on track there. But I'm not an Elliott Wave trader. But no, I don't think he knows. Hey, he's not very familiar with Fibonacci's either. Other than, you know, I mean, that's the kind of thing. But you get the people saying, come join our group, we'll change your life, we'll teach you all the stuff that you don't know and stuff. And you do get, you know, you can probably, depend on your skill level, maybe it'll help you, maybe it won't. But when it comes to things like Fibonacci, man, I mean, here's what you get. If they even know how to draw it right, because I've seen them stumble on these ideas, man. A lot of your gurus out here are picking up stuff as they learn it and presenting it and then trying to get paid from you. But to do that, they have to convince you with their ethos that they have the credibility and the experience behind it. And a lot of them don't. But they have to put the image out that they do because, well, you know, that's where the real money comes in. Not very much unlike the real estate and late night infomercials that used to be on late night cable. They had the same setup with their seminar things. Same model. Just a really similar model there. I've seen it before. It's just, it's a wild game. But very profitable to put that image, that guru image out there. So, you know, and when you get somebody teaching you about the fibs, and they're just going to say, just look for it to bounce off the 618. And that's all you need to know. And what? Okay. But there's so much more to the Fibonacci, man. Oh, man, there's still so many mysteries I've not figured out on Fibonacci. But what I have figured out on it has been freaking game-changing for my analysis. Now, if my trading were as skillful as my analysis, oh baby. See, there's a difference. You can be a great analysis, and you can be a sucky trader. I'm not saying I'm a sucky trader, but I'm saying I got room for improvements. I got my areas I need to work on. As we all do and should, because this is a growing process here, man. This is about self-development. This is not about making it and thinking you know everything. You're going to continually grow because this market will always hand your ass to you at some point if you're not very careful. Even if you are very careful, it'll hand your ass to you. I was being very careful in August and I got my ass handed to me on several positions. Well, I think we got off topic on this stream, but hey man, as long as you guys are here hanging out, we'll keep. Strega says, I'm the echo chamber. Sergio Angel, also not a fan of ETH, but they hold such a large part of the market share that a strong ETH is always good for the altcoin market, in my opinion. I agree too. And also, now I've got this theory. I haven't heard anybody else really talk about it. But you got the early people that were in crypto. And I'm talking about the early big money because I was blown away. When I first got in crypto, I thought everybody was probably like me. They just, they were all putting, you know, just a few $100 into crypto or something like that. Maybe a few people had thousands or $10,000. When I found out about the rich list and all that, and I started seeing on just little coins that were like crap, how many billions and hundreds of millions of dollars went in these coins back in 2012, 2013. That freaked me the hell out. I'm like, I don't feel comfortable having $500 in this market, and these people have got billions. What the hell is going on here? I was shocked to realize how much money was in crypto, and this is back in 2013, 2014. That, I don't know, that was just an eye-opener for me. But anyway, some of those early players, if you notice, I mean, still with PayPal, what are the coins trading over on PayPal? Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Litecoin. The four horsemen or the four brothers of the past few cycles. Now, I've got this crazy thing that I think maybe some of those big players had some plans for Ethereum. They may even have some plans for Litecoin, and that sounds crazy as it is, but if there's some big players that are directing the narrative and put money behind it, I'm pretty damn sure that the money they put behind it's going to pay them off, and that plan is probably going to come to fruition in some means. And so I think that's why you see Ethereum being the one for the legacy market, still looking for them. Wall Street would still be looking for the older players improving themselves, and Ethereum would be one, has a use case. And they don't give a shit if the transaction fee's $300 if they're moving 3 million. It's cheaper than what they can do it other ways. So I mean, I think they still have some big money plans behind them, and I think they'll be okay. Solana got some big money plans behind it too, even though it used to break down every week last time. BitBoy fell off the wagon again. Oh no. Gapfiller says, Jason's just nice there. Jason's a good dude. He is. And well, Gapfiller, I think you got your glasses on. I'm not trying to diss anybody or anything like that. No, I'm not taking it that you are either. But it's comfort for me to know that other people can see what I see and have seen, because in that chat room, man, nobody sees it. Nobody. And that's the bad thing, because it's not as bad now, but when the new people come in with their new money, the people that are like, man, I've tried everything to make my life better, and the world's going to hell right now, and I just need a little help to get up. I mean, that's how a lot of us approach this. I think, I don't know, it's how I did. It's like, and then you got to get onto the vultures. They're sitting there just trying to take, half of what you're bringing into, you come into this market with a few $1,000s, and all of a sudden you're expected to pay $1,500 a year for some $99 a month membership. So you can be spoon-fed millionaire secrets when that's not how they got to be a millionaire. I mean, that, and then you end up wasting time learning and risking doing high risk stuff that maybe is not the smartest way to play the market. There might be some other things that would work better for you, considering that you're just now coming in. But no, it looks like you see somebody that's spouting their way in and gaining your confidence like con men do, and they do the same way. I'm not saying who is or who isn't, but I'm just saying the new people get taken advantage of very easily, and they know that going into this, and they know that when they're presenting the information, and they know that when they're saying that when they're out there all full of themselves and cocky, pushing these things on new people. And that's when I just, the best new thing to do is go find the free information that's out there, because there are hundreds of years of people actually learning how to trade this market, and that's the information you need to go. WD Gann, too complex for the beginner, but Thomas Bukowski, great pattern trade, that, yes. Yeah, but your basics, Investopedia, just going through that, you will learn more spending an afternoon on Investopedia, just going down, just reading that. Or I think they even have a course there for free. You will learn more from Investopedia, spend an afternoon going over that, than you will from a $99 a month trading group. And that's just mic drop, boom, flat out. And that's why I just can't bring myself. I mean, I've got a trading community over here. If I wanted to, I could put a paywall, and I've got all kinds of free information over here, but I can't see myself. I can't. I can't see there's me sitting there having to shield this thing. Come on, just give me $99 a month. I mean, listen, I get all my $2,400 a month foot picture OnlyFans chart group. That takes care of me. That will take care of me. Pretty soon there will be one person that'll come in and they will give me that $2,500 a month for my feet pictures pointing to the Bitcoin chart. That'll happen. I'm cool with it, but I don't need to sit here and chill on, everything else. I mean, the only difference between it and my paid group is you get all this and those little special chart pictures with my feet pictures on them. You know how it is, Doc. Everybody got the price, and my feet got a price on them. $2,400 a month, the best deal you ever come by. Change your life today. Join now. That's as close as I can get to it. We're just talking turkey tonight. Oh man, I am so way behind on this. Look at this. We got some opinions flowing tonight. Our chat rate is up to number 3 for 20 viewers. That's actually pretty good for my channel. I'm just saying. Catfiller says he was telling everyone it's going up and barred shortly after. Then he said you can always be accurate. You can be extremely accurate on this 1 minute time frame if you're calling things in real time. Like, watch this. It's going down. I'm right. I'm so right now. And if it goes past that 200 moving average, it's... Oh my gosh.
best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend.
I will say this: there is an actual 200 moving average strategy that you can use for day trading on 1 minute and stuff. I used to use it with bots a long time ago, but I have actually played that one out, and I mean, it is a break-even strategy at best, for real, for real. Yeah, I mean, you can't just rely on that. If there was a buy or a sell every time the price went or over or above the 200 moving average, I know from past experience that one is break even at best, and it's got a little bit of a negative to it, is what I remember experiencing, or what my stats were telling me back in the day. If you couple these ideas with some other things like patterns, then you get your edge. That's where you get your edge, is you're putting some things together. And I know there's some of that going on there too, but I don't know. I'm not. The strategies that I see there, they're workable, but they're very basic. They're like your, I mean, seriously, they're like your entry level that most people will know, and that a lot of other people, bots and everything else already know too. So you're not getting anything exclusive with the wait till price hits the 21 moving average and flag it out to the upside. My concern is that's his go-to. That's the bias from the get-go. And I don't know, maybe I do that too. It's not for me to, just some observations, if anything. Shouldn't critique, or I'm not trying to be negative in any way. Just some observations I see there. There's some. There you can. I feel like some people just look at the little summary on the cover page, and then they make their whole decisions there, rather than actually maybe reading, the actual chapters in the book. Does that make sense? I think that you can come over to some place like even Thomas Bukowski, and you can sit here and find one of the patterns. Like this ABCD pattern. And you can look at it and say, okay, it does this, it does that. And just look at the pictures and make your own assumptions and say, okay, well, everybody is paying me $99. This is what is going on, right? Without actually studying it and reading the details. Oh, what does all this mean? What's break-even failure rate 26%? What does that mean? What does this do? How does this, wait a minute, there's a measure move? Wait, what? This can tell you when things can top out? Oh my God, for real? What is this? What, a Fibonacci for, if you actually do kind of break this stuff down, take the time with it. Yeah. So I think you got people that actually kind of spend some time learning some stuff, and then people that actually kind of look at the pictures and try to color outside the lines. That's the only thing I can say. I think there's more people that actually study it deeper, though. They're out there. I see them all the time. I do. There are good people here on YouTube. There's some. I mean, there are. Joe's here. Joe Trade Intuition. He streams every day. He's got good information over there. Charting Crypto. Oh my gosh, Crypto Chester. I haven't seen him in a while. He's another one I like. He does a lot of stuff with indicators. Like, everybody has their own little specialties and stuff, but you can see that they put some time into it behind it. But then you got some that are just take a little basic and they just want to guess at everything else. And it's like, well, it looks like it does this. I back tested it. It looks like it does, or they say they back test. I don't know. I how much information can you trust on this? Trust me, bro. I will say this, and I really found this to true, and I think this is true with anybody. But when you start seeing ego come out, watch those calls that are made when the chest is all puffed up and all this. Maybe they just want to trade or something. But when the ego comes out, and watch this with yourself too. I see this with myself too. I don't get all puffed up like that, but there's times he's like, freaking yeah, buddy, yeah, we'll get this game figured out, man. Yeah, what's it? Yeah. When you start getting like that, you start screwing up. And so I think it's interesting when these gurus are getting all, yeah, all right, yeah. And then the next trade setup, see how well it does. Their confidence, their ego gets in the way. It clouds your judgment. It's like me drinking apple water that night. Yeah. That's kind of what ego does. That's an interesting thought. We have lots of comments tonight. But I do that for the algorithm. Are you saying I shouldn't do that anymore for the algorithm? I mean, dude, I've been working on this whole goldfish bearing skit, down the toilet skit, and I shouldn't do it and cry? It makes me sad. Maybe I should cry now. I don't like hearing about dead people. I think that's a bummer. And when I start hearing dead people talking, because I don't know. Click. I'm gone. Stringer says I'm usually asleep. I guess we're having a conversation tonight, aren't we? Okay. Joe says Lifer banned so many people. Anyone that disagrees with him or says anything slightly against his opinion or negative. Sometimes he doesn't read it correctly. Sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes he doesn't get the context and he takes it negatively. That says something right there, in my personal opinion. Yeah, ban people. I don't believe in banning. That's a bad thing, right? Oh my gosh, you got lifer derangement syndrome. And honestly, he stumped me for a while, but to the best of what I can discern, and I am no expert by any means, I think this is his personality type. He is an ENFJ, extroverted, intuitive. I'm not going to get into all the details. What I've learned about these is that they can come across as being narcissistic and have some narcissistic traits where you're just like ready to swear up and down that they're just totally cool. But at the heart of it, there really is, they're trying to share something. That's what I've learned. So I've lightened up on him since learning this. But there for a while, I thought he was just a complete asshole narcissist. But after doing this, I found, no, they're trying to come, but it's trying to come from a good place and share knowledge, but it's the way that it's presented. It's divisional. It's abrasive, and it's not always well. But then some people just freaking eat it up, and they're just like, oh yeah. So that's the best that I can come up with. But since I learned that, it's made me kind of lighten up and back off a little bit, because I was going hard and heavy. Just write them off. There's tons of other people to follow. I know, but he's got something that gets in, and so it gets in and rubs the people the wrong way that know better, and that's why they keep coming back, in my personal opinion. And the people that don't know better just follow him like sheep. So that's just been what I've been able to discern. But it's kind of like BitBoy too. It does that whole engagement team, right? I mean, BitBoy would be abrasive because he would be the know-it-all that would have all the answers and snap back that so-and-so is low IQ and be quick to, but that kept everybody wanting to see what he was going to do next until he just, I don't know what he did, but now he's been around so far. It's just like when he talks, you're just like, dude, I don't know what to think about what anything you say anymore, for real. I'm like, I mean, when it comes to crypto, like for BitBoy, you're coming. I mean, I know he went through a rough time and everything, but it's hard to establish that credibility. Like, okay, you're going to come in right here in the middle of the market. You don't even have yourself prepared, from what I can see. And still wanting to be the I don't know, there's something with him. He just wants to be the man that calls what's the right coin to get and when it's going to top out or something. I don't know. I don't think people are actually looking for that stuff anymore. I mean, it's still wanting to find the good coins, but I don't know. The I told you guy. There's a lot of YouTubers that want to be the I told you so guy. I told you it was going to do. I told you this was going to happen. I told you. Too many. That's the ego thing, man. And run for those people. Run from them. They will not get you where you need to. Whatever they're telling you is, I mean, it's not coming from the right place, so it's probably not going to be accurate. It's even if they were coming from a good place in their heart, trying to do that, ego's just distorted everything. I can't trust it. Ego is the killer in this space. Ego is what will get you wrecked in this market. I've seen that happen too. I've seen, and it's yeah. So you get biased. I see that happen sometimes. But then I'm kind of, I've caught myself doing that too. Like when you get the coins that come down, there's a lot of them right now that, they come down for a bottom and maybe they come back up and then maybe they come back down like they're going to accumulate and they go lower. I mean, they're really at a low. I mean, but this is where a position trader would be looking at, well, this is where I should start building my position. And so, when I see that, but there's a part of us that's like, oh, this is crap. There's no way, and then you might have some hurdles it's got to get above, like, oh man, I wouldn't get into this coin unless it gets above this certain level. And that makes sense. That does. But you're in the whole time, that's really when big money is starting to, the real players are starting to sink their teeth into these coins. And then it's later on when we're up here that very same person that was saying that's a piece of crap coin, we were talking about it when it was right down here, 16 cents. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we were calling this one, we were nailing it. And look, it's up. This is 60%. I swear you see that happening. But when the numbers start going up, now we're talking about it. But the best places to buy is when nobody wanted it. So, it takes a special mindset to actually pull the trigger on some of these things. And I really try to be mindful because we come across a lot of these coins and they're small market cap and somebody will present one. And, sometimes I will call it, I don't trust this one at all. But sometimes they can be the best buys out there. If so I try not to be. I try to be open-minded about that, because I'm actually looking for some of these things too. It's just maybe your project that's doing it ain't the one I'm looking at, and I'm trying to be mindful. Okay, yeah. So if you're looking, try to be a position trader or buy where the whales are, and this is where they're buying. Take some balls. May work out, may not work out. But if it does work out, baby, woo, you in there. But then there's some of them that it don't work out. So that's the risk that you take by being that kind of trader. Jackson says, I love time. So we're talking about time. I haven't looked at that one in a minute. Strigus, I think, says about $19. I'm going to try to catch up with the chat here. I got lost. You guys are probably about 30 minutes ahead of me right now. Rising Sun says, I'd love to see an instructional video on the 200 EMA 1-minute strategy. Well, we can do that. I'd probably I'm getting ready to start doing some of the membership streams. I've just hadn't got everything just written out. But I'm going to start going into some of the strategies and the basic, the teachings, like a charting, by Chart School series I used to do. I'm going to do that live and see if we can update it, make it better or something. But doing it live, just going to go over the stuff. I just want something fresh so that people will have something that are trying to get in, learn it step by step, and will have some kind of reference, give some foundational groundwork, and then let it go on from there and start getting into some of the strategies. Might even bring up some of the bot strategies, because those are helpful. I looking back on it now, that getting in with the gun bot was the bot that I was playing with, and it was highly tunable with all different strategies. Every indicator you could put on there, you can make a strategy with it. That was very insightful. So I draw upon a lot of that I learned that didn't make too much. It makes sense to me in a different way now that I can actually draw pictures and lines on charts for some reason. These strategies mean something different to me now. That I was just following away in the back of my head. I was just wondering, does this work or does this work? Do these things work together? Do I click this box? Do I make it do, totally different world, but now. So if you do play with bots, pay attention to the strategies that they offer and use. I don't think all bots work the way that the one I had worked. Strega says, I just used the dartboard. Well, that'll work too. Jackson, yeah, make a on the 200 MMA? Really? I mean, it's like your zero mark, really. It's just your baseline. But yeah, okay. 200. Oh, is it definitely EMA or just EMA? Because, and then there's a strategy that I noticed he's trying to do it, where you're pairing them together, like doing the EMA with the 200 moving average, and then you're getting the difference. I mean, that's a tweaker strategy, like if you're trying to tweak something. I'll make a note of that. Always looking for some good ideas. So Linda says something. I got a box in front of my way. I can't see. Frankie Candles is awesome with looking at money flow. Frankie does good. Frankie's got a good grasp of everything too. Solid. I would liken him more in the category Jason Casper with more of the day trading strategies and maybe some smaller swings and stuff. But his analysis is good. He uses a lot of the what was this guy? This little guy. They won't show up unless I have candles. I meant to do that down here on something. Fixed volume range pro, that one. This little guy, he does a lot with that. Well, right here it was. That's a cool little indicator. Which right now for Ethereum, Bitcoin is suggesting that we would be making our way back up through here. That's just what it suggests. It does. It is suggesting about 0.047. That's a key. I'm familiar with ETH BTC key areas. The 35, 37 is a good sweet spot to get in historically. 48, it usually catches up through there. I like to see it 57, and then we start getting to 68, and then on the 70s. Never mind. I'm just talking out my ass, aren't I? I just remember these levels from back in the last cycles. I used to remember these things as numbers instead of candles. Linda says, Lively was telling everyone 2 weeks ago this is the last time to load up on cheap alts. He's been calling for he officially came out and called for altcoin season. He did do that. He came out and he was being all, I'm officially calling it. He also officially said that he was bearish back in November of 2023, January 2020, when our run started. When was it 23 or 22? Gosh darn it. I'm getting my times mixed up. I'm saying this probably is 22. In January, right after we hit bottom, confirmed bottom, right before we started taking off, the day before, because I remember I was making a video, I was like, dude, I don't see this at all. I think we're getting ready to, I see signs that we're getting ready to start pumping. So I made a video about it, but I was watching him and he says, I am officially bearish. We are going down. He called it officially bearish. And then the next day, boom, it was, I mean, the big move was on. But now you get a different story. Now it's like, we called the bottom. We called this. We were looking at this when it was down here. I don't know if it's selective memory. I don't know. It's a mystery of how this stuff works. But the only real way to verify if somebody did something is to go, if it's documented, is to go back and look at it. You can't trust their memory. I don't even trust my memory for calling things back. You shouldn't either. We don't always remember things the way that I mean, it's just human nature. So that's the first thing you should blame. But yeah. Verify, don't trust. That is the motto for crypto. If you're not doing that, well, that might be one reason. If you keep getting your ass handed to you, that might be one reason too. I would look at that as an explanation. Always verify, don't trust. Even yourself. Random Trader says, Elon and Rogan podcast today. Joe Rogan and Elon Musk. Oh, that'd be cool. Holy crap, I've been going on for 2 hours? What time is it? It's 12:30. Strega says, I always DCA and take profits. Strega, that's awesome. That is a solid strategy. That is, and as long as you're paying yourself. Strega says, find a handful and just focus. Strega, you're winning my heart right now. And I'm trying to get more to a handful because I will vouch for you that, you know, that's the place where I want to be, is fewer coins and more money in those positions. That's where I should be now, or was really trying to get there. I have not pulled that off yet because your boy went crazy and went too many many coins, and that's something we learned from our trading group. Lifer's the same way. He's got like 150 different coins too. We got that from our trading group. That was because they had all these setups. They would post 20 setups a day, and you're coming in as a new person, and you're wondering, I don't know, we'll pick one. Yeah, and you know, you're in it new, so you end up holding bags a lot of times, and then you end up, oh crap, I got all these coins. Well, it's not a loss until you sell, right? I mean, and then you end up with, oh crap. So you're developing this bad habit of getting a lot of coins. This is how I'm breaking it down. Is how it happened to me. It reinforces a bad habit in my personal, looking back at it now. So I don't suggest doing that. I'm actually suggesting, if you're at 20 coins, some people would say that's too many. For me, that would be a blessing. For real. I'm in so many projects right now. But I do have a strategy to narrow them down using margin. It's just, market's not been cooperating for altcoins. But my Bitcoin's been keeping me safe and secure. It's just been frustrating. I told you to leave those. I told you to leave those, folks. I told you, folks. Striga says, I assume it won't hit all-time highs, so I just go in and I go for the just enough to take profit, go long enough just enough to take profits. That is exactly how I'm looking at altcoins too. I know we're waiting for a big, move for altcoins, but as we're doing this, and we're in a downward trend for altcoins right now. We're still there, or sideways, whatever. Sideways downward trend is not much better. As we're going, I'm making sure I'm getting paid on these altcoins. This whole riding thing just sucks. I've even been taking them and still having to see this drawdown. I'm like, wow, man. I suppose it would be worse if I hadn't took the profits I took before. Leave the free moon bags in the fanny pack and check back and have it. That's Striga, my man. I feel like you got your head on straight, my man. Striga is spouting wisdom right now. For real. Moon bags. Love the moon bag. The only way you can lose those moon bags, and I speak this from experience because I've done this and I'm guilty of this. Got this bright idea. Hey man, I'll take that moon bag. We'll put some leverage on it. And I've had some success with that, but I've also had some of those that went really wrong. I lost my Q&T moon bag. I had at least had 10 of those, I know. I think more. They're gone. Just gone. Just gone. Of course, Q&T sucks anyway. The performance, I don't know about the project. Project may be just awesome. It sounds awesome, but the price action on Q&T sucks. Do you dare disagree? Slinda says, Striga, I take profits in one and buy another. Bad habit. The bad habit I found is, you take your profits and you can't sit on it. You can't sit. I can't sit on the stable coin. And I turned and roll it. And the idea is you take your profits and roll it over to another coin. Yes, that's true. But if your other coin is also up, meaning if you do it too early and your coin is also up and then it goes down, you just wasted that whole move. So the clear definition, I think, is take your profits on the way up and then set them aside some way. And so what I've been doing, because I'm bad about this, that's one of my weaknesses. I know as a trader, I'm bad about that. Lately, and what's been working for me is that I've been putting a lot of that into the gold tokens. And that way I don't see it as being dollars there. This looks like a great time to get in on this little meme coin. It just hit a bottom. Or I think it hit a bottom. And chunking it in. It helps my degen stay out of it. My degen wants to get into my stable coin. So that's really what's going on. Sean, stay out of my freaking stable coin. So to do that, I put it into gold, and that seems to curtail it. Nothing wrong with that. Just don't spread it too thin or you'll miss the dip. Straight up, my man. Rising Sun says, if I can just take profits at 300%, I'd be profitable. I'm always trying to get that 20x. Trying to to chase some of those. It gets us sometimes. Oh, well, you gotta take the trade though. If you don't take the trade, then not taking the chance, right? Drive your 5-0 new sub here. Hey man, appreciate that new sub. This stream has been going on way too long tonight. Roger says IMX. Is it pumping? Is it doing something? Did it bounce off that area? Was that what we're looking for? A bounce, right? Is it bounce? Did it hold? Is this line going to hold? Or you're trying to will it to happen, telling it what to do. She's above the non-moving average, trying to get above the 50 here on the 1 hour. So it looks like we got you got 2 wicks on the 1 hour down here. Looks like we're trying to find some support here, at least for short term anyway. May just bounce here before we go lower. Hopefully this will hold though, that dollar area for IMX. Slinda says Bitcoin is having a little bump. Slinda says, law. Laugh out loud, you didn't lose anything on QNT. She's still not doing a damn thing. The only reason I am in QNT, swear to God, the only reason I even looked at it as a long-term hold was because back when I started this, oh my gosh, has it been that long? We're in 2024, oh my gosh. So about 2.5, or was it almost 3 years ago? Shoot, we're getting close to 3 years. And I still ain't got over 2,000 subs. Oh, I picked the wrong day job, didn't I? When I first started the channel, I stayed with the trading group I was mentioning earlier, Crypto Bitcoin Chris's Trade Revolution, and that's when I joined back. I joined back for 6 months, and that's when I saw that Joe was nabbing over there, and Joe was pointing good charts, and so I became familiar with Joe, and so I can vouch. I've seen the work he puts in and the charts that he does. He does really good TA. Crap, my short-term memory. I was just. Wait just a second. We gotta pull back up the chart. QNT. That's what it was. Clearly, I partied in high school, people. I'm a turkey. I'm basted. I was so basted in high school. Anyway, so I joined that trading group when I first started my channel, just to have it as back up in there and have and post over in Telegram groups the some of their chart setups and things like that. Well, one of the biggest calls was for a QNT trade setup, somewhere around $140, and looked like it could go to the moon. And that it was presented in a way that was very enticing. Not that I remember I was saying, "All right, I'm going to take you up on this one. I'm going to take that trade," and I did. And I don't think nothing ever. I think that it never been back up past that 140 since then. I don't think, maybe briefly. But that's how I got into the QNT bags. But then looking at the tokenomics, I thought, okay, well, this might make sense for a long-term hold. That was one of the sorriest things, but that was, I would not have been looking at it had it not been for that particular trade setup in the trading group. Not blaming that. I made the trade and I decided to make all the trades in it and made the decision to stay in it. But man, it had really been a disappointment. So that was an overall shitty pick. For real, even for a long-term hold for QNT. The price action is just, you can't say that you really made your life changing money with QNT. You can't. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. Let's take a look at Bitcoin one more last time before I get out of here, because we've been going way too long. Nice little bounce, see here, from 66. Nice, Bitcoin. You're making a nice little comeback. I do expect some rejection over here, or some struggle to get past these areas, but we'll see what Bitcoin does. I would love to come back tomorrow and say, oh, it was just fake out Monday and today they're trying to take us to the moon. I do like where we're bouncing here, but it's going to be a struggle. Election, whatnot, see what's going on. A lot of people they're taking it easy. Some people are just not even trading at all during the election. It's probably a smart idea just to kind of take care. I'm being cautiously optimistic. I'm not trying to get shaken out of this market. I'm just trying to guard my leverage positions I'm doing there on the spot margin. Position trades. Just trying to keep everything at bay. I'm playing it cool is what I'm doing. Not trying to do anything major. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. We'll be back again tomorrow. See what's happening in the market. God bless you all. Good night.
Come on, come here, boy. Come on. You freaky dog. I don't need to analyze every word that comes out is a lie. Make it look like you're so ice.